Well, I suck at intros, so let's get on with it. So this 6 liter right here is having issues starting up. The guy who owns it, he owns a hot shot company, and he's got a bunch of other trucks like newer model Dodges or what have you. But anyways, this old Ford here, he pulled the codes on it, and he said it had some glow plug codes in it. And he said the only way he seemed to be able to start this truck, he'd have to spray it with ether. But it seems like sometimes the ether didn't even help it to start. So let's get on with it. Let me show you what I found. All right, so you'll see like it seems like it's taking forever. You see it looks like the base pressure isn't coming up. Like, so what the hell's going on? So one of the things I figured, since base oil pressure wasn't coming up, I checked that over there, pull the oil filter out, crank it over, just pull this wire off, hit it to the hot there, cranked it over, it's building base oil pressure. Obviously, the old dummy gauge, maybe it's a little slow. So the next thing, see if it was building ICP pressure. So I pulled the ICP sensor out and put my manual gauge there, and guess what? It started. Now, back here in the truck, let's see if it starts now. So I'm gonna fire it right up, right? And just so you know, this truck's only got 207,000 miles on it. So that does make, relatively old truck. Okay? Now, let me explain to you what's going on here. Okay? Somebody replaced the ICP sensor pigtail. It's very common. The wires get corroded, or either the ICP sensor goes bad, starts pushing oil out of the sensor, and you replace the plug. Well, I can about guarantee what's happened is that either one or two things. This sensor the pigtail itself is wired incorrectly, or this sensor right here is just a cheap one and the sensor itself has went bad. Either way, I'm going to replace them both, just, to be on the safe side. A new sensor and a new pigtail. Now, if you made it this far, that thing there, the codes that were in it originally, aside from like 3 or 4 glow plug codes in it, was that it had low ICP pressure while cranking, but it had high ICP pressure with the key off. And that was the only 2 codes in there. When you look at your IPR valve duty cycle, cranking over, it would probably max out around like 60%. So if you're familiar with these, that's definitely not indicative of a high pressure oil leak. I pulled the IPR valve out just to make sure that the screen wasn't busted and maybe it had some trash in there or something holding the valve in place, and it was perfectly fine. So if you've got a 6 liter, and it's doing some stuff like that, perhaps you should do the same thing. Take a look at it, that ICP sensor and the pigtail, and see what's going on. Maybe unplug it and see if it starts with it unplugged. As a matter of fact, if you're still here for this, I had a truck quite a few years ago. Guy brought it to me, said, "Man, I can't seem to get this thing to crank," and it wouldn't start at all. And the ICP sensor on it, again, it was one of them. It had very few ICP sensor codes in it, and it was acting like it had a high pressure oil leak. Well, what was going on with it was the wires themselves, all the coding come off of them, the insulation come off of them, and they were touching. And same deal. That truck there, I pulled the wires apart, and the truck fired right up. So again, put a new Motorcraft sensor in it, pigtail, and took care of the problem. So I hope that this helps somebody out there who's still running around on these old 6 liters. Personally, I'm a great big fan of them. My service truck, it's a 6 liter. I haven't had a minute's worth of problems out of it. So anyways, there's that.